What just happened in the NFL is nothing short of historic. Fans, analysts, and even players are reeling after the announcement that shocked the league and lit up social media like wildfire. TJ Watt, the face of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense and arguably one of the most dominant edge rushers of this generation, has officially been traded to the Dallas Cowboys in a deal reportedly worth an earth-shattering $180 million. This is not just a regular offseason transaction or a strategic roster tweak. This is a full-on power move that could change the trajectory of the entire league going forward. Just let that sink in for a second. TJ Watt, a defensive player of the year, a leader, a relentless force off the edge with over 100 career sacks and countless pressures, leaving the black and gold for the star-studded blue and silver of Dallas. You could almost hear the collective gasp of fans across Pittsburgh, while Cowboys Nation erupted in celebration. The deal itself is reportedly structured as a 5-year contract with $120 million guaranteed, instantly making Watt one of the highest-paid defensive players in the history of the NFL, and it's not hard to see why. Watt has been a game-wrecker from the moment he entered the league in 2017. With a motor that doesn't quit, a football IQ that's off the charts, and the ability to turn the tide of a game with a single play, he's every quarterback's nightmare and every defensive coordinator's dream. And now, he's suiting up for America's team. But how did we get here? How did the Steelers, a franchise that traditionally holds on tightly to its elite talent, allow one of their cornerstone players to walk away? Sources close to the situation suggest that while Watt and the Steelers shared mutual respect, internal tensions may have been brewing for a while regarding long-term financial commitment and the direction of the team. Pittsburgh is undergoing a bit of a transitional phase. With Big Ben retired and the quarterback situation still shaky, the team has been leaning heavily on its defense to stay competitive, and there may have been some disagreement behind the scenes about whether now was the time to lock in big money to an aging albeit elite linebacker. On the other hand, the Dallas Cowboys were apparently watching this unfold closely, with owner Jerry Jones reportedly obsessed with making a splash this offseason. He's no stranger to bold moves, and after another disappointing playoff exit, he wanted to send a message not just to the NFC East, but to the entire league: the Cowboys are going all in. And what better way to do that than to pair TJ Watt with Micah Parsons? Just think about that for a moment. You've got two of the most explosive, versatile, and disruptive defensive players in the game on the same team, lining up on opposite sides. If you're a quarterback in the NFC, you'd better start checking your blind spots. This duo has the potential to dominate every offensive line they face. And for Parsons, still early in his career, having a mentor like Watt beside him is only going to accelerate his growth. Analysts are already calling this the best pass-rushing tandem in football before they've even played a snap together. But the implications of this trade go even further. It sends a loud message across the league that the Cowboys are no longer content with being playoff contenders. They want to be Super Bowl champions. For years, Dallas has flirted with greatness, fielding top-tier talent on both sides of the ball but falling short when it matters most. Now, with Watt in the mix, the defense, which was already top 5 in takeaways and sacks, might ascend to a level we haven't seen in years. This move also shakes up the balance of power in the NFC. The Eagles, 49ers, and Lions, all teams who had their sights set on NFC dominance, now have another monster defense to worry about. Offenses will have to game plan around Watt and Parsons, likely leaving other defenders with more opportunities to make plays. And let's not forget, Dallas still has Trevon Diggs in the secondary, which means that quarterbacks are going to have an even tougher time getting rid of the ball under pressure. But let's talk about Watt for a second. This isn't just a big move for the Cowboys, it's a huge moment in Watt's career. After giving his heart and soul to the Steelers for years, he's now getting a fresh start in a new city, on a team that's clearly betting big on his continued dominance. There's a lot of pressure that comes with a $180 million contract, but if there's anyone who thrives under pressure, it's TJ Watt. His work ethic is legendary. His preparation, his film study, his conditioning, it's all elite. Teammates past and present consistently rave about his leadership and intensity. He brings a culture with him, a championship mindset that could permeate the Cowboys' locker room. For a team that has often struggled with discipline and consistency, that kind of presence could be invaluable. The reaction from players around the league has been wild, too. Current and former teammates have posted emotional messages, thanking Watt for his impact on their careers. Stars from other teams have weighed in as well, some shocked, others impressed. Social media has been ablaze since the news broke, with Watt to Dallas trending across platforms. Fans in Pittsburgh are understandably heartbroken, many calling it the end of an era. For years, Watt was the emotional heartbeat of that team, and seeing him leave feels surreal. But most fans, while sad, have expressed respect and admiration for what he brought to the city. In Dallas, it's a full-on celebration. Jerseys are already flying off the shelves. Cowboys fans are dreaming about Super Bowl Sundays again. There's a buzz in the air that hasn't been felt in years. Even Vegas oddsmakers have taken notice, with the Cowboys' Super Bowl odds getting a noticeable bump. And honestly, who can blame them? Watt is the kind of player who changes everything. He changes game plans, he changes momentum, and now, he might just change Dallas's legacy. The Cowboys haven't made it past the divisional round since the 90s, but this move suggests that the front office is ready to do whatever it takes to break that drought. And don't forget the marketing side of this. Watt is a superstar off the field as well. With his charismatic personality and massive fan following, he's going to thrive in a market like Dallas. Endorsement deals, media appearances, maybe even a guest spot on Hard Knocks. The possibilities are endless. The Cowboys have always been more than just a football team, they're a brand. And adding Watt only enhances that image. From a football standpoint, though, it'll be fascinating to see how defensive coordinator Dan Quinn integrates Watt into the scheme. Known for his aggressive, fast-paced defense, Quinn now has even more firepower to play with. Expect to see creative blitz packages, stunts, and alignments that leverage both Watt and Parsons to create havoc. Offenses will be guessing every snap, and with the defensive line drawing so much attention, the Cowboys' secondary might feast on errant throws and rushed decisions. We could be looking at a historic defensive unit in the making. The big question now is, can they put it all together? Can this be the year the Cowboys finally return to the big stage and bring home another Lombardi trophy? With Watt in town, the window is wide open. But they'll need more than just talent, they'll need chemistry, health, and the ability to execute in high-pressure moments. If they can manage that, though, the sky's the limit. For Watt, it's a new chapter. For the Cowboys, it's a bold statement. And for the NFL, it's a seismic shift. T.J. Watt is a Dallas Cowboy, and nothing in the league will ever be the same again. Get ready, folks, this is going to be one unforgettable season. Make sure you're subscribed for more updates, because if this is just the beginning of the offseason fireworks, we're in for one wild ride.